Welcome viewers. Today is 25th of October 2019, and we are trying to demystify what policy analysts do in this policy analyst series. So basically today we will focus on one of the topics which we have read in a book titled Handbook of Public Policy Analysis, Theory, Politics and Methods. This book was edited by Frank, Gerard and Mara, but there are over 50 contributors, and the book is 670 pages long. So we are going to focus on quantitative methods for policy analysis. There is both quantitative and qualitative methods. What is the history? How did this come to be the way to do things in policy analysis? So basically there is, according to Kai-Young, policy analysis involves both use of qualitative and quantitative techniques to explain policy problems, to show the impacts and present possible solutions. So policy analysts are known to use scientific expertise in identifying problems associated with policy and also identifying possible solutions. So policy analysts are known to use those techniques like cost-benefit analysis, statistical inference, descriptive statistics, inputs and outputs, as well as risk-benefits analysis. Let us look at the quantitative methods used in policy analysis and the history. How did we get here? So basically, the use of quantitative methods in policy analysis has its roots in Harold Raswell, 1951, 1970, and 1971. The Employment Act of 1946 created the Council of Economic Advisors, which was the first step, according to the authors of this book, Handbook of Public Policy Analysis. This was the first step as Congress formally acknowledged that the executive branch should utilize the expert knowledge. The economic models dominated the field, and the reason was that most of the public policy analysts, that is the policy analysts, were economists and most likely with PhDs in economics. That is how the use of statistics gained knowledge in the field of policy analysis. One Ladin 2000 observed that professional papers conferences in the 1960s primarily addressed quantitative analytic procedures such as linear programming, Markov analysis, dynamic programming, game theory, stochastic modeling, Bayesian analysis, quasi-linearization, invariant embedding, and the general systems theory. 1970s to 1980s, more advancements happened. For example, during those 2 decades, analytic capacity was significantly enhanced due to greater demands for policy analysis. There was stronger computing capacities and advances in economic modeling, such as microanalytic simulation models. Quantitative techniques were no longer the sole set of skills for policy analysts, and many people realized that political skills were as important as well as technical skills. That's according to Meltziner, 1976. Many people or many experts viewed analysis as a traveling skill of creatively applying analytic tools to solve various policy problems in a short period of time. Then there was 1990s when there was democratization for policy analysis. In 1990s, quantitative analysis became far more common and informed largely because of statistical software such as SAS, SPSS, and Stata, which facilitated the use of quantitative methods to deal with complex models and huge data sets. Journals such as the Journal of Public Policy or Journal of Policy Analysis and Management, Policy Studies Review, and Review of Policy Research were among others, which promoted the use of descriptive statistics to enable policy analysts to summarize data effectively and meaningfully. In conclusion, quantitative methods help assess the relative and joint effects of a variety of independent variables on some dependent variables. They inform citizens and clients about policy choices with numbers, graphs, and tested relations. They enable citizens and clients to see the benefits and risks of policy alternatives with mathematical eyes. Development of more sophisticated quantitative techniques is a crucial task for many current policy analysts, according to Wale 2000. As policy problems become more complex, environments become more turbulent, and the time and budgets become more constrained, policy analysts must be able to choose the most appropriate, that is in brackets, varied, reasonable, and realistic strategy, and implement the study in a short time or a short period. That is my take for today's episode. That is episode 4, where we are focusing on what do policy analysts do in their field, just like pastors, butlers, priests, doctors, engineers. Policy analysts have a role to play in our society, and that is why I'm here in this series to expose that and even to encourage some members of the audience to become policy analysts. Thank you for listening to this episode of Policy Analysis, and until another episode, which is episode 5. See you. Before you go, kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel so that we have a large audience, and always engage us by commenting, asking questions, and even sharing this content. That is how we can grow together. Thank you very much.